This is the wheel loader I'm building. These wheels came from a cheap RC tractor, and it looked, it was one of those AM type of RC tractors that are pretty cheap. This was it here. It was, you can see it was one of those cheapo ones. This is the AM one. It was kind of like these ones here, like this one. Get some light. Was it had a kind of steering that was on it. It's the same steering as the one I chopped up. They don't steer very well. And this is the drive unit in the back. It's not a great drive unit, but it was in cheapo type of ones. That's another one there with twin wheels on it. I had to cut it here, I cut it there, and I cut it there, the original steering, and I put a little bar here with bolts to keep together, and then I put a servo right here in between, and I built a little angle here to hold the servo in place, and this gives it a little bit of access right here. You can turn it back and over, and this is the this is how the steering servo works, like this. Goes back and over like that. You can see how I have it hooked up there. And then the drive unit, well, it's right here. This is the transmission, this is the motor right here, and there's an axle that comes out either side, and I'll try and put the light on in this thing. On. It's not a great light, but yeah. So this was the this motor and transmission came from a kitty litter box, and it drove a belt with a rake on it, and I cut the original driving axle much. It came out like here somewhere. I cut it, and this transmission had 3 gears in it, and it was really slow, so I took out one and I put a spacer in there so that there'd only be 2 double gears driving it, and I used the original like the wheels that drove the belts of the kitty litter thing. I cut them in half this way. And I bolted them. I put 2 bolts through the wheel. This is where they're bolted onto the wheel right here. And I drilled a hole in the middle of the wheel to let that axle come through. And the wheels right now. This is a solid transmission, so it drives the axle. There's no differential in there, so it might be kind of weird. Originally the steering was much bigger. That's why I'm working on it right now, because this was the undercarriage. This was the undercarriage. The motor was in this hole here, and this was the steering part. This is where those wheels used to be, and this is where the servo used to be, right here. And this was in here, but you can see the size of this compared to this. There's a big difference in the amount of room it takes up. So now hopefully I'll be able to get a battery into the new undercarriage. It's about the same size, but it's like a tin box, and there's a lot of room in here. A battery should fit in there much easier. I have a 7.2 battery here, and it fits down inside like this, and I should be able to put a second battery above that for my bucket arms and stuff. And this is another example of a kitty litter drive unit. I found this thrown out in the trash, and I just took out this unit, and it's got a nice gear head on it, and it's got really good torque, and I'll put it. They run on a 12-volt battery, but it'll even run on a 7.2. It doesn't have as much power. This is a 7.2 battery, and you know, you can get small 12-volt batteries, and I think it would have the but if you ever see these things thrown out, you should grab them, because you could do all kinds of things with them. I'll show you it running here now. This battery's low, but I'll show it to you running. The battery is really low, but there it is running. Turns the axle, and it turns this gear out of the end here that drove it drove a belt. It's got really good torque. I can barely stop that thing, man. That thing will take the top of my finger off. Got really good torque. There it is. So if you ever find these things, take them out, and you could make all kinds of things from them. Thank you very much for watching, and next time maybe I'll make a video about putting on the part for lifting the arms. I have one, but I'm going to maybe do a bit of work with it, and I'll try and make a video about that next. Thank you, and good luck.